What is up, Elon holders? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back at you with an update on the Dogelon Mars token, and we know that is going to be none other than ticker symbol Elon. Before we get into it, I gotta let you know I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is ever financial advice, just giving you my opinion. Definitely remember to drop a big like on this video, as it does help every single Elon holder out there get off to Mars just that much faster. And also, do consider subscribing to stay up to date on cryptocurrency news and all things Dogelon Mars, and even to win some amazing NFTs every single week. I actually have brought my own collection to this channel, and I do giveaways every single week. So if you want to stay entered, definitely consider subscribing. But I also have laid something out for my NFT holders. So if you go over to my Discord, I do have a link in the description, and you are a holder, you are eligible for this role where I have many ideas and things set up for you guys in there. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go head on over to my Discord. If not, you can join. I am calling all Stocknado NFT holders. If you are holding one of these NFTs, you are eligible for this event. So yeah, I plan on laying it out for you guys. And okay, I just wanted to thank you guys, and let's get into the video. It looks like we are currently ranked 143 right now, and we are facing a little bit of positivity today. It looks like the market may be turning around a bit despite some news that we have today. So stay tuned. I have some great news for you. Well, I have some news for you. I don't know how great it is, but I do have some very relevant news for you. So hang tight, and let's get into the day. It looks like we are up about 0.5% on the day right now. Market cap looking at about 151.7 million, 10.5 million traded over the last day. So things are raising gradually, and things are looking very positive. Looks like we are up 1.9% today on the volume. Things are looking like it is turning around. So yeah, for the most part, we do have some relatively positive news. It does look like we are positioned above support. It looks like we may see some positive movement, at least not too negative movement in the near future. Now, we do know we did get that Coinbase assets listing, but Dogelon Mars actually just retweeted this today. So I don't know what to make of this. It's very positive in my opinion. It does show that they are serious about this, and I do see a Coinbase listing being very imminent in this project. But we also did get a tweet today from ELONGEVITY Enigma as well. It is impossible to say for certain whether or not we are living in a simulation, but wouldn't it be interesting to create one? A determined community can achieve anything, even with interstellar travel or a colony on Mars. Now, I know what they're getting at with this, because they are trying to design a metaverse right now. So they are definitely ready to create a new metaverse or a new world simulation. It is very, very awesome to see. If you are not a part of that Discord, I do have a link as well in the description, so I highly encourage you to follow them, as they do have a lot of amazing community driven projects going on right now. So definitely go check them out. Now let's get in a little bit further detail on the Elon project. It does look like we do have a short-term technical of about a 38. It looks like it is raising, a long-term at about 52, volatility sitting in at 48. We are looking at very positive on the risk gauge. On our sentiment, it does appear to be sitting very similar right into the middle. So we do have 38, which does gives us about a 38% higher than most attractive charts on there, and a 52 as well. So we are sitting in the top half as well in the long term, just under a little bit in the short term. But we do have a lot of macroeconomic news going on that is driving this. So we did get an article yesterday. I did want to point out that we did get a volatility rank of 48, so it has stayed rather consistent. We do it is still about a 48, and the lower the number is, the better that we want. We want a lower volatility rank. But Dogelon Mars is in a good position going forward, with support set at the 60240 range and resistance set at 60307. This leaves Dogelon Mars with room to run before facing selling pressure. So things have been looking very positive. That is why we didn't see very much movement with the announcement that we have today. And if you don't know what announcement I am talking about none other than the FOMC meeting that was held today, well, yesterday and today, but the announcement was made today that the Federal Reserve raises interest rates by 0.75% or 75 basis points, most since 1994, amid effort to slow inflation. Now, this is absolutely huge. I mean, the fact that they did raise the rates even higher than expected. I know a lot of people were expecting it though. So this is basically what we are looking at as far as the target federal fund range. But let's get into the article. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised interest rates by 0.75%, the largest move it has made in a single meeting since 1994. The central bank messaged that further interest rate hikes will come this year as the Fed leans on higher borrowing costs to dampen demand and work to slow faster than expected inflation. Overall, economic activity appears to have picked up after edging down in the first quarter. The policy-setting Federal Open Market Committee said in a statement repeating its commitment to ongoing increases. The Fed's decision lifts short-term borrowing costs to a target range between 1.5 and 1.75%. And that is the federal funds target range chart there in front of us. In economic projections released Wednesday, the median Fed policy expects to further raise interest rates to roughly 3.4% by the end of the year. That would suggest another 1.75% in total rate hikes spread across the remaining 4 scheduled policy setting meetings this year. The Fed is now messaging a much steeper path of rate hikes than it had previously forecasted in March, when the median member projected a year-end short-term rate closer to 1.9%. So inflation is looking ugly right now. It is looking like it is getting a bit out of control. It doesn't look like we do have the money printers to kick on at the moment, and this is where we are running into some problems, and hopefully we can see a rebound in the near future. The urgency to move faster coincided with Fed policymakers' expectation that inflation will not abate as fast as they had expected in the March projections. The median Fed policymaker now expects prices to rise by 5.2% as measured by personal consumption expenditure PCE over the course of 2022, a faster pace than 4.3% it had forecast in March. The central bank also downgraded expectations on other key economic measures, expecting the U.S. economy to grow by only 1.7% this year compared to the 2.8% it had forecast in March. Fed's official also suggest they could see unemployment rise this year, with the median number now forecasting a 3.7% headline unemployment rate by the end of the year, which would be a notch up from the 3.6% recorded in May. So, long story short, all the projections that they were predicting in March have been absolutely decimated and thrown right out of the window. But that is going to be expected, considering how much money was printed during the pandemic, how the supply chain bottlenecks have only gotten tighter, and we are finally seeing the impact of those decisions. Now, will they ultimately be able to turn on the money printer again in the future? It is very possible that we may end up in out of control inflation, and that may lead to that. So I'm definitely seeing that as an option. Probably not in the near term. We do have midterm elections as well as the end of the year to look forward to, basically, and hopefully we can see a nice run in the market. So, change in plans. It looks like the decision to raise interest rates by 0.75% was an abrupt turn from last week, when markets had largely expected the central bank to follow through on its communicated strategy of raising by 50 basis points or 0.5%. But a hot inflation report on Friday showing the fastest pace of price increases since 1981 showed little sign of alleviating price pressures in the month of May, combined with other economic data showing the worst reading of consumer confidence since the 1970s. A pessimistic outlook pushed the Feds to entertain the idea of abandoning its prior plan. The decision to raise by 2% on Wednesday was not unanimously agreed to. Kansas City Fed President Esther George dissented with the statement, noting she favored a 0.5% move. The Fed's economic projections suggest a confidence among policymakers that a more aggressive rate hike path will cool inflation. Although the central bankers raised their expectations on inflation for 2022, the median member of the committee expects to see the pace of headline price increase to cool 2.6% next year. These forecasts suggest inflation could further in 2024 to 2.2%, much closer to the Fed's 2% target. The next FOMC meeting will take place the last week of July, where we could ultimately find out that we are in a full-blown recession. I believe it is July 29th they will be making their next announcement, and we will also be getting the global domestic product numbers that if we do see negative in 2 quarters in a row, that will indicate that we are in a full-blown recession, and I just want to make you guys aware of that. So we had a lot of news today, a lot to unpack today. I know it has been a crazy ride in the crypto market. I hope we can see some positive momentum in the near future. Thank you guys for watching, and if you watched all the way to the end, I definitely appreciate you the most. I will catch you in the next one.